Hey, it's Ed here. Welcome to another edition of Ed Talks. Super excited because we have a doctor of nursing practice, Dr. Romina Elias. Romina, welcome to Ed Talks.
Hi, Ed. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here.
I love DNPs because I'm married to a DNP and I understand what it takes. When you did your DNP, what was your capstone project? What was like, did you have a focus area?
Yeah, you did. So I was actually a director of nursing then while I was doing my DNP, and my capstone project was on opioid use disorders in obstetric patients.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Yeah, I imagine that would have been super, super interesting. So we first met really online, just sort of virtually in this virtual world. And, you have a very high profile position, which we're going to talk about with Dell. And I like the things that you talked about. And again, I have this uh, great respect for nursing. So I always love to have nurses as guests. And I want to just start off by asking you, what's the best customer experience you've had in this past year? It could be in anything, it could be at the ice cream store or wherever, but just a great customer experience story.
Actually, I was thinking about that and which story to kind of say, but recently, I've had to be on the flip side of healthcare and actually go into an urgent care for for a need. And when you're not feeling well, when you're feverish and chills and so tired, boy, does it make a difference, the people that you interact with, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of got a glimpse of that. The MA that took me in was just super kind and just super you know mindful of whether what arm to take for the blood pressure, the temperature, and are you comfortable while you're waiting for the physician to come in. So that to me was just a nice and really heartwarming view of healthcare on the other side, on the patient side, right? So to me, I really spurred up my belief in healthcare and and my love for healthcare, I should say.
That's great. Do you self-disclose to people who are treating you that you're a nurse, or do you stay quiet about it?
I usually stay quiet up until they're about to take my bloods. Then I say, "Oh, I'm actually a nurse. That was a
Yeah.
great lab experience." And then they kind of like break the ice and
Yeah.
stuff.
My wife's kind of the same way. She doesn't like me. Like if I'm with her, she doesn't want me to say anything because she just wants to be treated like everyone else. But she'll
Right.
definitely speak up if something's not right. So
Right.
So what's one thing that your parents forced you to do when you were young that you kind of like rolled your eyes or like, well, I can't believe I have to do this. But now that you're an adult, you look back and you're like, hey, that was kind of good that they did that.
Yeah, and actually it's more towards the adult. I would have to say, my mom, when we first immigrated here in the States, because I grew up in the Philippines, had wanted me to become a nurse.
Mm.
Uh, and me being rebellious and not wanting to be another Filipina nurse, I said, no, I'm going into computer science, just like my brothers did, just like my brother-in-law. So I did that. I went into computer science for like about a year and a half, and then realized, you know what, I need to make my own money. I need to, kind of set myself up. Went into nursing and loved it, just really fell in love with it. So I'm still thankful for my mom for pushing me to become a nurse.
Yeah, that's great. And well, tell me about the keyboard in your background. Is it you that's musically inclined or a family?
Oh yes, so when I was growing up, and when I was a kid, actually, I used to play. So now as an adult, I'm trying to find, like an outlet, right?
Yeah.
Something to kind of keep your passion and something outside of what you normally do. So I'm trying to relearn again. And boy, is it so much harder now as an adult.
Yeah, that's for sure. I've been trying the same thing with the trumpet, and it's hard to get back into the big.
Once you kind of get settled on that, and I get settled on the keyboard, we'll do a jam session or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, that'd be fun. Do some virtual jam. Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you came to the profession and what you're doing today. Yeah, as you mentioned, you immigrated, so you're an immigrant.
I am. So immigrated here in the early 2000s. Grew up and, was born and raised in the Philippines, came over here, and then went into college here. Like I mentioned, was first resistant to become just another Filipina nurse. And now I couldn't be prouder to be a Filipina nurse. And then I had gotten actually my associate's degree initially as a nurse, and then knew I wanted to at least get my bachelor's after that. Happened to find a program. It was a bridge program from RN to MSN for nursing informatics, which I didn't know what that was all about, but I knew it was something to do with technology. And since I had a background in computer science, I decided to, pursue that. And I really fell in love with the data science, the informatics, and healthcare, and tying both together. Had done several roles in between, was an informaticist, supported in a couple of the EMRs like Meditech and Epic, had gone into nursing leadership before I joined Dell about 2.5 years ago now as a CNIO, and really now very fortunate to be able to have my both passions and working in healthcare and technology.
Yeah, that's great when the two meld together. It's funny. Yeah, so someday you have to meet my wife because she did a RN to MSN
Oh, awesome.
and then hit her DNP. So tell me about the transition to Dell. So you're obviously a nurse, you're a leader, and you have this bent for tech already, and you not only at work but in your education. And so there's opportunity. Like, did you know Dell beforehand? Just how did that all come to pass?
Funny that you say that, because I always have this question as well. When I first had started talking to Dell and the folks at Dell, I questioned why would they want a nurse in a tech world, in a tech company. Lo and behold, there's so much about Dell, and we're so integrated into healthcare. We're in a majority of the North America hospitals and healthcare organizations. And we do much more than just the laptops and the desktops, which as a nurse, that's all I knew that Dell did, right? Your monitors, your keyboards, your laptops, but it's certainly a lot more than that. And the more that I spend time and the more that I'm, really getting embedded just my day-to-day now, there's definitely so much more that we do in healthcare with the solutions, with the services, consulting, and all that stuff in healthcare as well.
Yeah, no, I want to jump one level down into that. But before we get there, what do you wish, when you were doing melding tech and clinical, obviously you're exposed, especially in your role now, to a lot of people who are just come up through the tech ranks. What do you wish they knew about the clinical side, and how might they get some of that knowledge, without going to nursing school?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think we definitely having had both experiences is a benefit for my role, but I always talk about the experience of the clinician at the bedside. Technology is just one of the tools that the nurses, that the physicians, all the other clinical staff use in their work, right? In their everyday, day-to-day function, how they care for the patient. So it's just one tool, but that tool can be very, very important. It can make or break their day. If the computer's not working, if my computer on wheels stops, working, or there's no battery, if I can't log on to see my patient's data, that could be the straw that breaks the camel's back in my long 12-hour day of taking care of patients. So it's so important. It's so important that it needs to work all the time, but it needs to be seamless and it needs to be frictionless, that I don't even have to think about it as a clinician. And that's, I think, what we strive for, at least at Dell, to make sure that it's something important at the tool, at the background, that the clinicians don't have to think about as they go about their day-to-day. But hopefully, and we're trying to get to that ideal state, right? But I think having to understand that from a technical side, walk the hallways.
Yeah.
And I do that in my role now too, is partner up with organizations, and we just do a walkthrough of the units, watch how the clinicians are using the technology, how they're using the technology. Do they have the right tools to do their jobs, and not, and even as like as simple as the barcode scanner that's tethered versus non-tethered, that makes a difference sometimes. But as technicians in IT, you won't know that until you actually see how
Yeah.
they function, right? They don't have to be a nurse, but they just observe
Yeah.
and walk and talk to them, talk to the
Right.
clinicians.
Yeah. No, those are excellent, easy things to do. Great recommendations. Don't cost anything.
Yeah.
Those are the best. So you obviously see a lot, right? You have a lot of customers and you talk to prospects. You have this view that many of us don't. What are one or two, either key challenges or maybe opportunities that you're seeing out there that organizations are sort of struggling with?
So we're obviously everybody's talking about AI,
Yeah.
Gen AI, and possibilities of Gen AI. But apart from, I think the power of being able to automate a lot of the things that a lot of the clinicians are doing that could be burdensome, like documentation, right? It's also the basic things like making sure that the network is strong enough to be able to have access, and making sure that you have like I said, the right devices for specific workloads.
Yeah.
So it's really, we're seeing this, disparity between making sure that the basic needs essentially are met as far as technology and infrastructure, and then also now the new and innovative things of AI and Gen AI. So we're kind of looking at both aspects as well, and then making sure that there's, the gap in between some organizations and some technologies don't widen as we pursue this Gen AI and AI technology, but also kind of make sure that basic infrastructure, basic kind of technology needs are met as far as digital in healthcare.
Yeah, no, that's fascinating. I think with all the examples that you've given, you've kind of shown us your key responsibilities there at Dell. Is there one other that we may have missed that you want to mention?
I also am very excited to also be working with solution providers in healthcare.
Oh yeah,
We kind of partner with them, we vet them, we validate them, and then we kind of, as a clinician, that's exciting for me to be also part of that process,
sure.
to be able to say, yeah, this solution's not going to work,
Yeah,
or yes, this is going to make a difference. If I had this when I was a director or when I was a bedside nurse, it would have made such a big difference. So that's exciting to me to be able to see and partner with solutions like that.
that's great. Yeah, it makes for a super interesting job too. Like it's just a whole nother facet, and you get to see some of the things that are coming up and some new ideas ahead of time.
Yeah.
Obviously, whenever you work, whether it's as a nurse or working for a tech organization, and in your case, sort of a combination, it takes a lot of time and effort, and there's all sorts of pressures. Talking about self-care, what do you do to sort of, get away and make sure you take care of yourself? Like, what are one or two things that Romina does?
Yeah, a few things definitely, but I think one that I've learned when I've stepped into this role is to really kind of have a downtime, right? Put your phone away, spend time with your family. Sometimes it's just a meal without phones on the table makes a difference.
Yeah,
Right? Not to get distracted, because it's so easy to get distracted by emails, by social media, and stuff like that. So we really tried to have like a family time where we don't have phones at the table and we just have a conversation, or just some downtime with just watching TV
yeah,
together. So that's definitely one of the things that I've been doing to just kind of recharge,
yeah.
spend time with family and friends.
That's cool. And eventually, if you get on a frustrated call or something, you could turn around and play some jams on your keyboard there.
Exactly.
Get them with the offer. Um, hey, Romina, this has been fascinating. You're a super fascinating individual. I love the fact that you're a clinician working in tech, because it's important to bring that heart over and that purpose over. Is there, and we talked about a couple things around leadership and your role in your career. Is there anything that we missed? I kind of give you the last word. Any final thoughts?
Um, I guess final thoughts are, one of the things I love about this role, as well as to get a chance to be able to attend a lot of the conferences and hear from folks like you. And that's where I get my inspiration. I recently heard Kelly Aldrich, who's a prominent figure in nursing informatics, in a conference in Chicago, and she had mentioned, she said, be bold, be brave, and be intentional.
Yeah.
And I love that. As a nurse in tech, and even as a person, as a leader, I think those three things are really helping me now kind of be guide me in my role and in my life as well, and personal and professional. So I'm going to leave with that.
Yeah, no, I love it. Those are great words and that you're dropping on us. So thank you so much. And again, thank you for being a guest on
No,
EdTalks.
thank you, Ed. Appreciate it.
Hey, that wraps up another episode of EdTalks. Thanks for being with us.